ह्या साईडला बसू. हा स्पीकर आवाज बताओ ना सर.
247 248 का टारगेट है.
सेकंड वो नहीं है.
Here we are, start of the second innings. The match is between Wicketing Wizards and AVM Yodhas.
Rahul Maniar na sir? And non-strike work? Bowler name.
Out to chase a very mammoth total of 248. The opening pair of Rahul and Sashank.
Manish boss.
So second innings commencing here. Left-handed Rahul on strike to face the first delivery of the second innings. Mammoth target of 248. It would be interesting how they approach this target. Run rate already 12 and over. And Vikas to start the proceedings from the far end for AVM Yodhas. They're out to field with immense energy. And straight on behind the leg region for a couple of runs to start off the proceedings. This is the kind of positive start they require in order to chase or take the team closer to the total of 248. The first innings, the opening of batsman Chetan Kapoor getting to a fabulous 120 runs of 64 balls in the next ball. A beautiful length, forcing the batsman to drive. He's played it straight to the hands of the fielder. Covers region for no run. Pace the inning well. Comes running fiercely and he's missed the ball completely. Still there is no run added to the total. Nice looking action of the bowler. They're very set that will not allow the batsman to break free. And a nice swinging delivery, just leaving the batsman stranded. A hint of outswing. What will be interesting to see is how they take on the bowling. First 5 overs to set up the tone of this inning. And once again, straying down the leg side, paying the penalty for that. Wait to see whether it will run down to the fence for 4. It is a stop from the fielder, and they come down for a couple comfortably. The AVM Yodhas batted brilliantly to get to the total of 247. Javed Siddiqui completing his half century in the first inning. Once again, Vikas bowling a very tight line outside the off stump. Is making the ball swing in the air. Not allowing the batsman to score easily. It's the end of first over. The score is 4 without loss. Second over of this inning to be bowled by Jfsc. He's a all-rounder, a boost and asset to the team. He played very well in the first inning to get to a very blazing half century. Wait to see whether he helps his team with the ball as well. On the strike is Shravan. He's straight away got the mark with the boundary down the leg side. No deep fine leg, and so he gets a boundary to start off his proceedings. Javed needs to work out on the line and length. Next delivery, Javed needs to cut in the batsman and bowls it right into the batsman just for a single. Crosser, and once again on strike is Rahul. You have to see the new ball of first 5 overs, as I said, is the period that they need to get their eye in. Down mid off. And ball that was halfway down the pitch, and he's hammered it down for yet another boundary. He's pulled that ball well from outside the off stump and he's got a 4 all right. Their positive approach is going to help them take their team closer and closer to the mammoth total of 248. Target.
Well done, yaar.
Once again, Tejas times the ball well, and that is the reason he is batting with immense ease. They have to talk to each other in order to pace their innings. They have to keep that run rate in check. Have to look out for the odd boundary or the sixers as and when they get a loose ball. The fielding team will not allow them to score freely. The bowlers bowling accurately to the field setup. And have to cover up for the runs they had conceded whilst they were bowling. Wicketing Wizards. Once again, the left-handed Vikas bowling quite pacily, and he is not giving out the runs pretty easily. After the end of 3 overs, the score is 23 runs for the loss of 1 wicket. Once again, to bowl the 4th over of this inning, it would be Jfsc. In the first over, he had conceded more runs, and here he started off with a very nice delivery just outside the off stump, not allowing Tejas to free his arms.
9 runs, he conceded 9.
The first over, as I said, he has conceded 9 runs. Would try to make up for the boundaries it had given. Knows that Tejas and Rahul both can hit long sixes, and that is why he is trying to bowl accurately. See, the line and length of the delivery is as good as anybody. It's not allowing Tejas to set free. Leg side, as I said, is open. Back outside field, and he is appealed for a leg before, more of a diplomatic appeal. Trying to try something fancy. Tejas, lack of concentration may cause you a wicket. And that's what I was talking about, a lack of concentration. He was trying to do so many things in a delivery, and this causes him the wicket. Stump rattling out of the roots, and Tejas goes for a score of
23.
5 runs, not helping the team by much. This is the pressure building up on the wicketing Wizards. The second wicket going down on the score of 23.
Your batsman name?
Once again, the AVM Yodhas showing the temperament in the field. This is what happens. You get a good total of on the board in the first innings. You're all pumped up. The energy is high. And now it is up to Shashank, who has come down in the middle to take his stream to the total. 248 is what they're chasing.
Jfsc, Jfsc, Eagle.
Javed exhibiting an all-round performance today. Once again, he's bowling that outside of the off-stump line, not allowing the batsman to score easily. The line is what matters here. It's got a fair bit of pace. Here he's changing the pace, varying the pace, testing the batsman every now and then. End of the 4th over, 23 runs for the loss of 2 wickets. Now once again it is Vikas bowling his 3rd over. Trying to heave it down the bowler's end, but still it's by, and it's missed everybody on its way down to the boundary line for a 4. Runs matter, no matter how they come. It is all important that they come closer and closer to the target. 248. Shravan and Shashank, right? Shravan and Shashank on the crease. Vikas bowling his 3rd over. We're into the 5th over of the 2nd innings. The score is 27 for the loss of 2 wickets. We've lost Rahul and Tejas on the way to the chase of 248 runs. It's not late to come in this match. It's always better to have your wickets in hand when you enter the latter half of this inning. It would be interesting to see how Shravan takes it from here, because Vikas is bowling a tight length and the ball swaying low, as we saw in the first innings as well. The odd ball taking that bounce. The wicket is very difficult to set yourself up. And this is what happens when you are under pressure. You're looking out for runs and boundaries and sixes of every ball. You try to do some fancy things and you end up throwing your wicket in the pressure of chasing a mammoth total as 248. And now he's played it to the leg side region. A bit of footwork by the fielder. The batsman crossover for a single, and it's a misfield, but the batsman won't take a chance of running of a misfield. Positive intent, very, very important. Need to keep the wickets in hand, but also try to score freely. Fielding team won't allow the batsman to get those odd singles as well. Once again, striking on the pads, but the point of impact outside the off stump. That is the reason why the umpire gives a nod. All the fielders are charged up. You see, even the fielder from the deep area is appealing. This is what takes you to the high energy level when you have that score on the board. The swing and a miss. The line and length being misjudged by the batsman. At the end of 5 overs, 28 for the loss of 2 wickets. So the next 5 overs, it would be from the pavilion end. This would be interesting to see as score of 248 to be chased now. We already lost 2 wickets in the process of chasing. Mayank to bowl, Mahesh to bowl the 6th over, and it would be spin. Batsman geared up. Positive intent is there, but if they keep losing wickets at regular intervals, it would be difficult and impossible to chase down the target. AVM Yodhas in the first innings, batsman contributing for a huge total of 247. And now Mahesh balls it outside off stump. It's crested it down through the point region for a 4. Mahesh has to keep up with the good work done by his fellow bowlers. Can't just allow the batsmen to break free. If they get the momentum, you never know in cricket, you can take it to the cleaners. Once again it is Mahesh and he's bowled right below the batsman's bat, but the batsman failing to connect. Had it been connected, it would have been much required sixer. Hint of laid out swing. It's not a big spinner of the ball, but he's getting it carry to the keeper's gloves. And once again a swing and once again a miss. That miss is outside edge by little. And eye coordination not correct for the batsman. No footwork, and that is the reason he did not get the distance. He missed the ball completely. Once again a flighted delivery. Once again trying to heave the ball, and in this process he has lost the wicket. And that's the third wicket down for the wicketing Wizards. The batsman out is Shravan. The next batsman in is Dharmesh. Shravan failing to take his team closer to the total. And now we have both the batsmen back to the pavilion. The openers probably back to the pavilion now. Good fine piece of bowling. He's not frightened to flight the delivery. He's not afraid of tossing the ball up in the air, and he's keeping that line just outside the off stump, middle stump line, not allowing the batsman to break free. Slowly and steadily the match slipping out of the hands of wicketing Wizards, and AVM Yodhas are striking at regular intervals. Now he's halfway down the pitch was the delivery, but he missed it completely. A chance gone down. It would have been a great hit had he connected. Ramesh on the crease trying to accelerate with the scoring and the flight delivery, but the pace of the delivery helps the batsman caress it to the covers region for a much needed boundary.
Power 36.
नहीं था
Really not.
अरे वाइड आउट भी नहीं सीधा सीधा वाइड आउट भी नहीं तू अंदर होके पलटी मार के मेरी तरफ देखा ना, तब तक सब क्यों होगा।
हाँ, क्या म्हणता सर?
This was the 7th over.
Loss of 3 wickets. 6 over में 36.
So 6 overs, 36 runs for the loss of 3 wickets. Galbhai bowler. And a thick outside edge taking the boundary. Unfortunate for the bowler. Keeper missing the ball. These edges do carry to the boundary. Sometimes not in your favor, can just stick to the keeper's gloves as well. But this time, a much required boundary. He's got the pace. He's continuing to bowl that outside the off stump line, but still runs matter no matter how they come. And he gives it a great hit for first six of the inning from the and more to come actually, and they are required as well. These kind of hits will take them near to the score of 248. What they're chasing now, 3 wickets. The wickets column is going to hurt the wicketing Wizards more than anything else. But it is always possible in cricket, Joy Bhai.
46.
Should be looking out for that odd boundary every over. The run rate is a big task to keep up with. Once again, he's tried to pull the ball, and they were appealing for the leg before that. Umpire suggesting that the height of the ball big matter. Dot ball. Once again, he's playing with soft hands behind the keeper and help himself for a single only. Shashank, the batsman. Wicket keeper batsman. Shashank. Big hitter of the ball. Big man himself though, and he's taking his team closer and closer to the total. Now they have to score up every delivery. More important, keep the scoreboard ticking. Dharmesh and Shashank will have to see their team halfway down the innings without losing their wickets. The score now is
48 loss of 3. 6.5.
48 for the loss of 3 wickets.
6.5 overs.
This is the 7th over.
No worry, Shashank, no worry.
After the end of 7 overs, it is 48 for the loss of 3 wickets. Are the wicketing Wizards chasing a total of 248 runs.
Shashank, गाड़ी 200 बाकी.
200 बाकी है बस, और कुछ नहीं.
कुशल थोड़ा स्पेयर है ना.
Low, but the length of the delivery not helping the bowler.
इसके अलावा कोई बॉलर नहीं. हाँ कोई भी.
Mahesh, the bowler, bowling to Shashank, who is in good touch and a wide delivery, and still the sneak to that extra run. wide delivery as well.
फॉरन बॉल अच्छा मारा, दो तरफ मिस हुआ तो ये बड़ा लिटिल थे।
दो जो मिस हुआ ना वो स्ट्रेट गया मेरा
Mahesh has to keep it tight. Now once again he's ready to bowl from the pavilion end. Try to heave it down the mid-wicket region, but failing to connect, and an appeal for the leg before wicket, but umpire suggesting that the ball would have missed the stumps. The height factor coming into play once again. Mahesh asking questions, creating problems for the batsman. And this banged in shot, missed by everybody. The keeper fails to collect the ball as well, and it sneaks through the legs of the batsman, and a much required boundary.
फौरन तो ऐसे भाई
The ball staying low, helping the batsman, missing everyone and everything on its way down to the fence for a 4. Bye has been conceded. Extras now adding to the total of wicketing wizards. They're expecting a close and thrilling encounter. Until now, it has been one tight offside field. Deep cover, and once again it is played very sensibly. The uppish edge carrying the ball towards the third man region, not allowing that boundary to happen. A couple of runs more added to the team, and Shashank, they have to bat long, they have to bat sensibly, they have to take every ball on its merit. And the flighted delivery once again played the point region.
Good call, Shashank, good call.
And no runs. The end of 8 overs, 58 runs for the loss of 3 wickets are the wicketing wizards, chasing a state total of 248, chased up by AVA Yodhas. Kushal once again to bowl his second over. It will be the 9th over of the innings. 58 for the loss of 3 wickets after 8 overs.
Bowler name?
Kushal to bowl the 9th over, his second of his quota. Slight change in the field. He's taken off one fielder from the inner ring on the offside. He's tried to pull the ball, but only managed to get an upper edge back towards the deep fine leg region for a couple of runs comfortably. They're finding the weaklings in the bowling section. AVM Yodhas falling short of a proper bowler, it seems, because both the spinners are going in for runs, although not more than. But here he's played it across the Sportonix between the gully region for yet another boundary. What a brilliant late cut played by down the long off fielder straight into the hands. And here, one run added to the total. Dharmesh and Shashank both. The teammates are expecting a little too much from the batsman. It's hot and humid down there, and once again he's played down a very brilliant cut, and he just feels at the boundary. It's a boundary, much needed for. This is what the requirement, this is what Dr. Nishank ordered for. He's got a boundary and he's now trying to hit a 6 out of the park.
पता है एक बार क्यों किया वो लोग अभी भी नहीं किया था ऐसा
You made it. You turned. Looked at an onside and after that he took the bails off. You were in. And he took the bails off later.
Bad umpiring. Basically, see, you're expecting a fair
Once again. And he is clean bowled. Dharmesh trying to accelerate the scoring. Is out of the bowling of
नहीं दमी से आउट हुआ भाई
सचिन 15 ओवर में खत्म करके आएंगे.
Kushal has got a breakthrough. What a fine display of medium pace bowling that he is exhibited now. The fourth wicket down for wicketing Wizards, and this takes Sachin to the crease. Concentration is what is required. Consistency in scoring the runs. ऐसी कगार पर खड़े हैं ये दो बैट्समैन जहां पर औसतन उनको 13 रन से भी ज्यादा की जरूरत. इस 248 के स्कोर का लक्ष्य उन्हें पार करना है तो यहां से धुआंधार बल्लेबाजी करनी होगी. और एवीएम योद्धास के जो बॉलर्स हैं उनको यहां पर सेटल नहीं देने होना चाहिए. और नए बल्लेबाज जो क्रीज पर हैं दाहिने हाथ के सचिन, जिन्होंने बहुत ही बेहतरीन कैचेस पकड़े थे. ये टेकन अ कपल ऑफ ग्रेट कैचेस इन द फर्स्ट इनिंग्स व्हाइल दे वर फील्डिंग. Now we'll wait to see how he approaches his batting. And a ball that was questioning him, just missing the off stump, and a great display of bowling by
number 71
the AVM Yoddhas. 9 overs with a loss of 4 wickets. It is 71 runs. This would be the 10th over, the second innings of this match between AVM Yoddhas and Wicketing Wizards. Chasing a total of 248 runs, and this ball. Mahesh bowling a very tight length, and now he's swaying down the leg side. Very hesitant appeal, as we can say, in spite of him straying down the leg side, but just questioning the umpire for the slightest of the chance that he would pitch in for. Shashank looking pretty good, and he's come down the pitch The ball is high in the air. The fielder coming underneath it, and he has taken a very good catch. Mahesh has got the required breakthrough, and the fielder Vikas has done a great job. The ball was in the air for a while. He made it from the long on region to come inside and take a great running catch. Sashank, who's batted very well for his team,
17.
managed to get 17 runs, 2 fours and a 6. The new batsman in is Adnan. He's on the non-striker end. The batsman crossing while the catch was taken. Sachin on strike. This is the 10th over going on. The distance was there, but the timing wasn't, and the fielder getting hold of. He hit it in the slip cordon, but here is the chance of run out also. There was a mishap that could have been taken place, but first of all, he played it to the slip cordon. It was in the air. The fielder could not. It fell short of the fielder, and then they were stranded in the middle of the pitch, where Adnan set off for a run, and Sachin wasn't in the mood to take that run, but still, thanks to a misfielder from the bowler to collect the ball, and there was no wicket. Comedy of errors going on. This can happen when you are looking out for the wicket, you're looking out for the runs. Both the teams striving to get to that victory, and he's heaved it over the covers region. There's no distance. Timing wasn't there. The intent was correct, but the intent with timing and the distance would help you get a big hit. Only throwing the bats would also end up causing you a wicket. Sachin and Adnan now have to restructure as we are halfway down the second innings. It is end of 10 overs and the score is 73 for the loss of 5 wickets. So it is 175 runs required of 60 deliveries that remain.
10 षटकांचा सामना उरलेला आहे आणि या उरलेल्या 10 षटकात त्यांना 175 धावांची गरज.
Back to the live streaming now. Saurabh to bowl the 11th over. On the striker's end is Adnan. They've got again a packed out offside field. Point next to cover. It's played to straight into the hands of the fielder at point. One at square leg. Short mid wicket, long on, long off, and a deep cover. And straying down the leg side, paying the penalty a wide. One more added to the total, an extra run. This is going to help the batting team. Sachin has to keep an eye on the run rate as well. It is now an equation of more than 17 runs an over. what is required, and he's played it very nicely. Timing on the ball, he's played it through the leg side region and a misfield at the fence, but not allowing the batsman to cross for the second run. A single added to the total. Adnan on strike.
The tournament name.
Season 2, and he's played it to the point region, the misfield there,
Keep running.
and the ball is running down the hill, and it's a much required boundary by Adnan. The batsman would like to hear the cheer from the pavilion also. The batsman has to keep an eye on the ball, not look out for too much of a delivery. If they treat every delivery on the merit, will surely and steadily get nearby to the total. Nothing is impossible in cricket.
57-168.
And he is very decisive now. A wide ball, one more, the second of this over. Extras now hurting the AVM Yodhas. Nice piece of bowling by Vikas, Mahesh, and now Saurav has to continue legacy of fine bowling to be displayed now. Adnan is playing sensibly. He's got it through the gully region, and there's a misfield, and Sachin straight away calls for yet another run. Now Adnan has lost his bat in the process of taking the second run of the misfield. Change in the camera team now. The score is ticking along nicely, but they need more of big hits. Adnan is playing sensibly, but the singles aren't going to hurt the AVM Yodhas. They have to look out for boundaries and sixers. Saurabh, who played a cameo in the first inning, is now bowling from the far end to Sachin. Great to see Sachin, who's a great athlete, as we saw a couple of great catches taken by him. Defended the ball now. Straight to the fielder's hand for no run. It's very hot and humid down there. He's not able to cope up with the temperature, but still the players aren't giving up, and match is nicely placed. 5 wickets down for wicketing Wizards for the score of 84 runs after the 11th over been bowled by Saurabh, and now the 12th over. It will be Mahesh from the far end. Adnan has got hold of the ball. Temperature is 34 degrees centigrade down there. It's hot. A flat delivery, full toss on the bat. He's played it to the leg side for a single. He's upset with himself that he couldn't connect the ball well. But more importantly, he's not playing any silly shots to get out. The wickets column surely will hurt the wicketing Wizards. He's played it straight back to the bowler, and the bowler misses to collect it, and the long on field coming in and cutting it short. There's one more run added to total. Mahesh, the bowler, bowling from the far end. Wide arm orthodox spin, and Adnan tries to heave it, but straight to the short mid wicket fielder, standing close to the batsman and not allowing him to go for a run. Once again, Mahesh, flighted delivery and a flighted shot. He's heaved it to the long off region, and the running between the wickets not as impressive. Should have looked for a couple. Still a run added to the total. Runs are important and they are required. We scored at free consistency. He has picked the spot and over the long off region. He is hit that ball out of the park for a 6. Much required sixer from Sachin. He has to take the bowler to the cleaners. Sachin has the ability. The team trusts him. And now the bowler into pressure already. That is the fighting spirit shown by the wicketing Wizards. Very wonderfully played shot to the long on region. The misfield down there and one more boundary. The ball is upset with the fielder, but the runs are coming for the wicketing Wizards. AVM Yodhas now have to work out on Sachin to get him out, because if he stays on the crease for an over or two, he's surely going to take his team nearby this total. At the end of 12 overs, the score is 97 for the loss of 5 wickets. To both the 13th over, it is from the far end. Saurabh is at the stumps but misses it. A direct hit would have got a wicket. They're not taking any chances, not running off any misfield and misthrows.
Baller's name, baller's name.
Saurabh is the bowler. Got nice pace. He's walked off the pitch and he's played a very fine shot to the extra cover region, and it's a much required boundary. I have this feeling that Sachin is the man who is going to steer the team to the total. Can he take it to the cleaners? They have to bat long to the deep of this innings. Sachin and Adnan on the field. They all have got that partnership going, but are not able to take it to a larger content. Now here is Saurabh once again ready to bowl. Got an extra fielder on the offside now. The leg side, only 2 fielders. One at the square leg and one in the covers. And now he's got a full toss outside the off stump. The impact of the ball, although a full toss, had it been between the middle and leg region, it would have been a simple decision for the umpire, because it was a full toss delivery. But here is Adnan facing a good spell from Saurabh, and now he's played it sensibly for a run. The keeper failing to correct the ball in time, and once again the sneak, another run of not required to throw at the stump. Wizard ball outside the off stump was a line, but he's playing sensibly, not taking too many risks, not giving any chances to the bowler to make him out. Surely he is making the bowler work for his wicket. Adnan and Sachin now trying to rebuild the innings. But in T20 cricket, you don't have that time. The ball staying low. Rattle on the pads. But no worries for the batsman as it was going down the leg side. And after the end of 13 overs, it is 105 for the loss of 5 wickets.
105. 105, yeah.
Ball and it.
चलो सचिन भाई 20 ओवर खेलेंगे.
And start the proceedings from the far end. It's 14th over. It's flighted the ball. It was in the air and asking to be hit, and so is it. That Sachin times the ball well. He's seeing the ball well. He's batting now for more than 5 overs and a much needed required boundary. And he's helping the confidence build up for Sachin. The bowler name Shiva, bowling the 14th over of this match, of this innings. Sachin timing the ball well, flighted delivery, but it was asking to be hit short of good length delivery. Once again, he's flighted the ball, but it was quicker to the air. Swing down the leg side. Adnan not willing to go back for the second run. Sachin was ready to get the second run as well. And it is 34 degrees centigrade temperature. It's not going to help them concentrate on the game because it's too hot to handle. And straying down the leg side, a wide, but Sachin also sneaks through yet another extra. Adnan a bit hesitant to get off the strike. What happens here is the score moves on. 5 wickets that have gone down are hurting the team. He's pulled that ball well. He's pulled that ball well. Got a boundary, much required one. Sachin. Carrying the legacy of the name of the great legend. He's making his name and worth, his place in the team count. Change of bats. No doubt the bats are causing the trouble. Now will the change of bat work out for Sachin? He's timing the ball well. He's getting the odd boundary every over. He's getting closer and closer to the target. And Sachin is now batting on.
26 in 11 balls.
Well played, Sachin.
26 in 12 deliveries that he has faced. He's playing sensibly. Sachin, as I said, is a great athlete. He runs around the field, takes some brilliant catches, and he's batting very sensibly straight down the bowler's end, over the bowler, and the long off fielder cuts it down for a single. Great shots, great timing, but not able to get through the long off region. Great display of batting and partnership. Adnan on strike now, needs to get some big blows in order to get closer to the total of 248, what they are chasing, and in order to trying to pull over the leg side region, he has just played it down to the deep area on the leg side for a single, and it is end of 14 overs. It is 118 for the loss of 5 wickets. It's Wicketing Wizards versus AVM Yodhas. AVM Yodhas posting a mammoth total of 247 and asking Wicketing Wizards to get as close as the total. In order to win, they need 248. Now they are 118 of 14 overs. 6 overs remain and they require 120 runs. 20 is the required run rate they're looking out at in order to win this match. 130 runs now required of 6 overs, and it's a full toss, slow full toss. Hit Adnan directly. And a slow bowler creating that trouble, and he's heaved it over the long on region. He's dropped the catch. It was in the air, a chance going down. These catches need to be taken in order to stay in the match. This was a simple catch, straight in and straight out. He was a bit late to get off his shoes in order to reach the ball. The bowler now bowling a tight line. Chetan Kapoor, reminding of his batting skills that he's displayed in the first innings, getting to 120 of 64 deliveries, and he's bowling a pretty slow deliveries and flighted ones, allowing the batsmen to free their arms. And once again playing to the long on region for a single. Sachin not able to connect it and get it outside the park. There have been batsmen who had been to the crease, got it going, but couldn't get off to big scores. Here these two batsmen need to convert their starts. They have to go, once again it is played down the ground to the leg side, and cover fielder coming in and cutting it down for a single. Adnan goes down to the non-striker's end. The striker's end, it is Sachin, and he has taken the responsibility on his shoulders. He knows he has to bat for his team. He has to bat the complete quota of 20 overs. The ball is banged in short. It halfway down the pitch, and he's heaved it along. And the fielder from the long on region comes in and takes a very, very brilliant catch. Vikas on the long on region. He had dropped a catch a couple of deliveries before, and he has hung on to this. And Sachin, after playing a good innings of 28 runs in 16 deliveries, 28 runs to Sachin, a great knock, but he also fails to make it to a big score. The new batsman in is Nishank. great catch taken. Now we'll wait to see how this inning goes. Does the tail do a twist, or will it be a great show of bowler? Shiva to bowl the 16th over of this inning. Shiva, who had played very sensibly in the first innings, helping his team to get to the total of 247. Here the batsman is Nishank Adnan, who is set on the other end. Wait to see how Nishank paces his innings. Not much time left in this match. And straight away he gets into the business, and he is caught out at the point region. Is out. Nishank has not disturbed the scoring at all. And this is the seventh wicket going down on the bowling of Shiva, caught by Kushal. I apologize, Kushal.
ओके चालेल चालेल ओके
And the captain walks down to the crease with nothing much left in his hands. Now they have to play at least for the remaining quota of their innings. Viral on the north striker end, the batsman crossing through while the catch was taken. What a fine display of batting. Adnan gets it to the leg side region for yet another boundary. Adnan has batted sensibly. Had Sachin stayed on the crease, the equation would have been closer and closer. But unfortunately, he's lost his partner in the last over. Here is Shiva. Bowling is put off overs, and Adnan is already striking the ball pretty well. No matter how they are coming, is once again he'll hit over the left side region. A chance for the fielder, but an effort in vain. A great try, and he is been cheered by the opponent team as well. What a try by Vikas. Nice heave down the leg side. Fielder not able to get to the pitch of the ball. Once again he's played it to the same region, and Vikas cutting it short. Adnan, apologize, Viral now. Adnan has to get it big. Sixes are required. Bowler bowls it a pretty nice line, and he is adjudged leg before wicket, and Shiva gets another one. One more wicket for the AVM Yodhas. It's the 8th wicket down. 8th wicket down for Wicketing Wizards, and the score of 127.
16 over.
And the 16th over. Adnan goes out for the score of 22 runs of 20 deliveries that he's faced.
Lead 121.
More 121 to get. Target now seeming out of sight. The bowling to the mark, and end of the 16th over. 127 for the loss of 8 wickets. So the AVM Yodhas are 2 wickets away from a sensational win. 247 what they had scored in the first innings, and they have not allowed the wicketing Wizards to get close to the total. 4 overs remain, 121 runs more to be scored in order to win this match. And the next bowler, and he has taken it to the cleaners, a boundary. Although a boundary coming in too late, not an impossible target still. And it is Chetan Kapoor, the centurion of this match, bowling his second over. And now he won't mind considering himself as a full-time bowler as well. The team has given him the confidence, and rather the score on the board that his team has posted gives a lot of confidence to the bowlers get themselves into this position. And he's also bowling a tight line, although he's considered a boundary. Right up in the air once again, it is in the air. A chance for the fielders on the offside, but no, it falls in the no man's land, and it is in the outfield, allowing the batsman to cross for a 1. A single added to the total, not helping the wicketing Wizards. All they need is boundaries and sixers. The fielders are helping the bowlers do the cause of saving the runs, not allowing the batsmen to score freely. And it is in the air, and a chance gone down once again. We have seen a lot of chances going down in the first innings as well, and now in the second innings the legacy continues. A couple of good starts for the Wizards. Sashank getting into the 20s and getting out, not able to convert into a big score. Then Sachin, he's also got a 20 odd runs, but failing to continue. And now Viral plays it a sweep, helping him get a boundary. And captain now showing how it is done. Although it is coming down too late for the wicketing Wizards, but it is coming all right. Chetan Kapoor, the century in the first innings, bowling his second over. He's conceding runs, but that is not going to hurt his team. Very close to that LBW shout. And the fielders in the deep are cool spectators of the cricket match. The long on fielder is taking himself a great chance of relaxation. Javed on the long off region. It is 138 runs on the board after 17 overs for the loss of 8 wickets. We'll wait to see whether 20 overs complete without the wicketing Wizards getting all out, or will the bowlers of AVM Yodhas succeeding getting the all out. Jignesh to bowl. And straight away,
Lovely shot.
Viral gets into the business for much required boundary. That's a very much required decision that he had to be taken. Viral should have turned down up the order. He's striking the ball well, and he's leading by the example. He's the captain of the side. Jignesh striking the ball, and the batsman misses. Was outside the off stump, but did not get a run, and it missed the off stump by a little distance. And once again, a flight delivery straight to the long off fielder. Javed cutting it short. Efforts are going in vain from the batsman. It's very difficult out there. A short delivery straight up in the air, and bowler has a chance, and Jignesh snatches it. 9th wicket goes down for wicketing Wizards.
Tejas Shah, 1 run and 2 balls.
Tejas Shah gets out after scoring a very brilliant 1 run of 2 deliveries that he faced. And the last man walking is Pratik. They only require 105 runs of 2 overs now.
Viral is 16 in 9 deliveries.
Viral has taken himself to 16 of 9 deliveries. He's hitting the ball well. More importantly, on strike. The ball stayed low. Good. And waiting for the umpire's decision. No decision from the umpire. Legitimate delivery called. And Jignesh once again flighting the delivery. And it's a no ball. Pratik. And he ducked on the delivery that should have been hit, and now staying down the leg side. Once again a no ball. It was a beamer, and wait to see whether it would be a free hit or no. No ball, not a free hit. It's a free hit. The second no ball, you get a free hit. And Jignesh missing out on the leg, under the length and line. And now a straight hit down the ground for a single. So not much destruction of the free hit that he got. And now Jignesh concludes with the over. The score reads 148 for the loss of 9 wickets after 151 for the loss of 9 wickets into the 19th over now, which will start. And to bowl the 19th over, it would be bye bye bowler Vikas.
रिकॉर्ड कर रहा है
बॉलर नेम
Vikas to continue the remaining quota of overs. 19th over to be bowled by him. And on strike is Viral, the captain of the wicketing Wizards. The left arm medium pacer Vikas. Bowling has been a very strong point for the AVM Yodhas. The batting was beautiful and it is helped by the bowling effort by the bowlers. Now Vikas has kept it tight from the word go. It started off the innings for AVM Yodhas, and now Viral trying to score off. There's plenty of gap on the offside, but not able to get through the inner circle as well. So this is what the pressure, when it gets on to you, it won't help you. And the score of 248 now looking impossible. Into the 19th over, struck on the pads, but the ball was straying down the leg side, so the bowler and the keeper did not appeal. Now wait to see whether the pair which is batting would survive the remaining 1.5 overs, or will the wicketing Wizards, after a few efforts from Sashank, Rahul, Sachin, and now Viral, he's not conceded a run after 3 deliveries. Four deliveries. Will he end up bowling a maiden? No, he is guarded behind the gully region for a boundary. Great effort by the captain, but it's going to go in vain. Nishank failing to make it big in this match. The last pair, the last dependable batsman. Vikas keeping it tight, but this odd boundary that has now created a gap. Maiden would have been much adored bowling effort. Now the over is completed, 19 overs gone. It is 152 for the loss of 9 wickets. Wait to see who bowls the last over. It would be Javed.
Calculation wrong करेगा, म्हणजे चौका नव्हता ते स्टॉप केलेला चौका केला.
Over of the second innings. The equation is 6 deliveries and
Bowler name.
we'll wait to see whether Javed succeeds in getting the wicket, the only wicket remaining. And Jignesh does a great effort to stop the ball. Fine display of fast bowling by Vikas. Javed setting up the field is he will always try to get his counterpart out. Captain of the wicketing Wizards. He bricked on the leg side. The fielder is far deep. He will not be able to cut down or to take the catch, and Viral crosses over for a run. They're even not thinking of taking a run off the misfield. No overthrow has been considered. Now Javed into the last over of his innings, of the second innings, and he's bowling all right. And once again, it is played on to the leg side for yet another single by Pratik. It's all over now for Wicketing Wizards. And on the leg side, he strays, but no troubles for the batsman to cross for a single. Jignesh throws it back to the keeper. Last two deliveries of the innings, second innings, and he's played it straight down the ground. Wait to see whether Shiva does not come in quickly and take a catch. He was slow to start off, and now last ball of the inning. Viral on strike. Viral Zaveri, the captain of Wicketing Wizards, he's withdrew deep side region, and he's now on the leg side. He gets a 4 to complete the second innings. And here it is, the match between AVM Yodhas and Wicketing Wizards. AVM Yodhas posting 247 on the board and asking the Wicketing Wizards to chase 248. In reply to the chase of 248 runs, the Wicketing Wizards only managing to get 161 runs of their 20 overs and losing 9 wickets. The AVM Yodhas win this match by 86 runs, a handsome and outright win, allowing the AVM Yodhas to be the winners of this match. A great display of batting by the captain later down the innings, but the efforts were in vain. And posting 247 in the first innings, thanks to a great century by Chetan Kapoor, 120 of 64 balls, and a half century by Javed Siddiqui. And those two players were helped by cameos by Shiva and Saurabh down the end of the innings, and the players did a very great job. The bowlers helped the batting side, and the winners are the AVM Yodhas by 86 runs. Great cameos by Adnan, Sachin, Shashank, and down the line by Viral Zaveri, but in vain could not help their team get to the win.